Today, the subject that's on front of my table is this. Why should we go on asking questions? Why should we go on asking questions again and again and again and again and again when we already know the answers? Interesting, no? We already know the answers, but still we are asking the questions again and again. Some people will think we are crazy, but the point is, we have not realized the truth. You may know the answers, but if you don't realize the truth, then you have to ask questions again and 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 again till you realize the truth. If you don't ask questions again and again, then you will come back to this world again and again and again and again and again. So if you want to come back again and again and again, then I don't have to remind you again and again and again to come to ask care again and again and again and to ask questions again and again and again. I'm sure you will not forget this again and again. The challenge is for us to be able to realize the truth. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not meant for everybody. It's a very niche subject. Very few people are lucky in this world
For
to be
us
on this path.
to be able to realize
Not everybody is
it's
lucky.
not easy.
And we must realize this, that if we are lucky that we have come onto this path, we must not let go of it. Many people think that we will attain enlightenment later. We will do it next janam. My friends, there is no guarantee about next janam. There is no guarantee that you will be able to achieve nirvana or moksha in another opportunity. The opportunity is now. If you want to be enlightened, it is now. If you want to attain self-realization and God realization, do it now. Because if you don't do it now, then you lose the opportunity. And if you lose the opportunity, it's gone. Therefore, sometimes you all come for the session, but sometimes you don't ask questions. I know that you don't have a question to ask, but you want to listen to answers. But no, you must ask questions because your questions are different from other people's questions. Your questions and your answers will register in your memory in a different manner. They will make an impact in your life in a different way. So don't just say, no, other people are asking questions, I'm listening to answers. Okay, it's much better. Even if you are driving and you have to off the video and audio, don't miss the session. Because who knows, somebody brilliant will ask a brilliant question and you will miss it because you are not able to switch on your audio and video. Whatever you're doing, you may be cooking. Many people at this 8 o'clock in the evening, they are cooking. But they say, please don't mind, my video is switched off. I am cooking, but I want to listen to you. I said, very good, please listen. That's why I asked you all, should we change the timing? Then many of you said, no, we don't need to change the timing because somebody will have problem at some time. Somebody, if you put at 6 o'clock, somebody will say, I'm in the office. You put at 9 o'clock, somebody will say, I'm taking my child to sleep. So we do not want to change the timing because it's fixed and going well. And everybody felt that we will stick to this timing. But please don't miss a session. This is my request to you. Try, I know so many of you, you are so devoted and so dedicated to this journey of enlightenment. You have blocked off this time and you have cut off everything else. It's amazing. And you know it. There are many of you who do not miss. I know some of you miss on Friday, or some of you miss on Saturday, or some of you miss on a Sunday, Monday. I know some of you miss for some reason. But I know many of you are coming on this call again and again. But I'm telling you, today I told you this, the consistency on enlightenment is very important. You must not miss it. And you must try your best to ask questions apart from listening to the answers which will help you. I myself am very happy to listen to questions because every new question is a new challenge to move forward on this journey of enlightenment. Administrator questions, please. Kumar Swami, question number 1 from United States of America. We did not know Kumar Swami was in the USA, but wherever he is. But Kumar Swami, your time.
Last 6 months I'm here, sir. Last January I came here.
My God, your family lives there, or your work is taking you there, or?
No, my 2 daughters and son, all 3 are here only.
Very good, very good.
So I
So
take
maybe
a retirement.
you should help the message of enlightenment in America also. Whoever is interested, you should help people in America to get.
Whenever I'm getting time, I will feeding them small, not.
No, small dose only they can digest. Bigger dose they cannot digest. Tell me, what is your question, Goswami?
Sir, suppose if I am passing in the forest, for example, I am some sort of sounds of birds or some other noises I am observing.
Yeah.
So what I understood is this noise is also a God. The sound of birds is a God.
Everything is God. Everything is
here,
God.
Here it is very deep understanding is required, I think. See here, the bird is making some noise.
Yeah.
The noise is coming through Akasha to my ear.
Correct.
So this Panchabhutas essence is Akasha Tattva is it has to transfer the sound.
Correct.
For example, water. Water is essence is taste.
Yes.
So God is in the form of taste. God is in the form of this Akasha.
Correct.
So like this is form. I understood. That's what, whether it is correct or wrong, I wanted to know from you.
Dear Kumar Swami, either we can eat like this or we can eat like this. Correct. Both ways we can eat. The simple understanding, Kumar Swami, is like this. Simple understanding. Jagat Mithya.
Okay.
Jagat Mithya,
Yes.
Brahma Satya, which means this whole world is a Mithya. Everything in this world, Kumar Swami, everything in this world, India or America, it doesn't matter. Wherever we are, whether we are in the earth or in the moon or Mars, every element of matter is God. Therefore, even the bird is God. The bird's voice is God's voice. Your voice is God's voice. My voice is God's voice. Everything is God. People think, don't mind me telling you, people think we are doing this Zoom call. They are thinking it is man's achievement. Is it man's achievement? If God had not made it possible for signal to pass like this audio video signal to pass, is man making the signal to pass?
Yes.
You agree? You agree? You don't agree with me?
I agree.
Man is thinking, oh, I made big achievement. I made Zoom call. What you made Zoom call, man? With what? With whose? In whose grace the audio signal and video signal is passing? With whose grace? With God's grace.
So we can feel God in all the areas.
Everything.
So in Panchabhutas and everywhere.
Kumar Swami, there is nothing. There is nothing in this world in which God is not there. And I can tell you with conviction. See, let me tell you, people say, okay, I'm painting my room. In paint also God is there. Yes, because the paint is made up of molecule. That molecule is made up of atoms. That atom is made up of God.
Wave. From wave only the particle will develop the projection.
Everything in this world is God. When we realize that, no, Kumar Swami, we become such Ananda. You become Ananda. You become complete Ananda. That is the goal. We have to realize that. We are not able to see like that. We see something and we say, oh, so dirty. Look at so dirty fellow. What dirty guy? No, there's no dirty guy. Even dirty guy is God. Even dirty guy is God.
God.
Suppose you look at a terrorist. He's shooting. How can we say terrorist is God? The terrorist is shooting because of his bad karma, his bad samskara. But inside the terrorist also God is there. Thank you, Gopal Swami. Thank you for your starting with a good question. Next question, Administrator. Das. The question of Das is typed. So Das's question is, what do you think about astrology? See, all these so-called predictions, all these predictions are man-made. We are trying to understand God's plan through movement of planets. We are trying to say Kumar Swami will have this in his health because the moon and the sun are moving in a particular direction and the planets are moving. Has anybody been able to go to the planets? Has anybody been able to go out of this earth? Now Richard Branson and Amazon owner Jeff, they are first time after 2000 years AD, they are going out in spacecraft and they are trying to. So what are we saying? What is this astrology we are talking about? We have to understand that how can something above the earth have effect on a human being's affairs? They will look at your hands, palmistry. Let's take palmistry. They will say, see, like this finger, no, this is going like this. Therefore, how the fellow knows, how that man knows this finger going like this line going like this, therefore you will die tomorrow. How he knows? So therefore, any of these astrology, palmistry, Vastu, one of our members is a Vastu expert. So with all due respect, I don't like to hurt his feelings, but he is a Vastu expert. He can give a lot of importance on the science of Vastu. And I've spoken to him about it. But remember one thing, everything works on a simple system of karma. Everything in this world, even if your Vastu is bad, if the certain dimensions are bad, your fingerprints, these lines of your hands, lakir, haathon ki lakiron, if it is not correct, with good karma, you can change it. So the believing in astrology is very dangerous, because what happens is people will tell you that whatever is happening in your life, they will relate it to the planets. And then they'll say, Shani, you must do Shani Puja. And they will say the Navagraha. This big debate on Navagraha. No, I was, from the time I was a child of 8 years old, I have been doing Navagraha Puja till I was 48 years old. I have made a big Navagraha temple. You ask Sudeep, he will tell you. We have made a big Navagraha temple in the shape of the world, the globe, in our temple. But that was when I was believing in these stories. So thus, we should, if we are on the journey of enlightenment, we should not believe in these things. This is a blunt answer I'm telling you. If we want to be enlightened, we are only talking about the truth. The truth has to be realized. The truth we have to be able to discuss and accept. I told you, even if I tell you something which is not meaningful to your head, please don't accept. Either we have to accept it through logic or through inference, but we have to understand and accept everything. I was in speaking to a religious person, and he was telling me that we will all die, and one day after all of us die, then we will meet God. How will you all meet God after we all die? I don't understand. Where will we be? According to his belief, all the souls will be there in the graves. They will all be hovering over the graves. And one day, finally, a day will come and all the souls will be reborn. No, we cannot. There is no. How do we believe something like that? No, just because in our scripture it's written. Okay, in your scripture it's written, fine. But you have to. How will you be enlightened? Unless you ask questions. Unless you. Why are we asking questions? Because we love God. We want God. We love God. We respect God. And we want to understand God. Now somebody comes and tells you, see, because of this, you will never meet God. What does this got to do with God? How can I believe that some human being is able to understand God's language? No. Therefore, we have to experience God inside our heart. This is called aparoksh anubhuti. We have to realize God, experience God, not go by fairy tales. Thank you, Das. Next question. Bridget's question is this. I know what I'm looking for, but it's not easy to find God. I was just talking about this. How did you know, Bridget? I was going to say like this. I know what to look for, but it's not easy to find God everywhere for me or the divine. What to do more in my day? What I miss? Bridget, it's very simple. This is what you must do. Suppose you see a little cat or a little dog or a little bird. Stop and tell yourself that each of these beautiful creations of God is God. Start experiencing God all the time. When you're standing and the breeze is blowing, right? Whenever you see any power, whenever you see the power, the sun that glows, the water that flows, the wind that blows, anything that you see, any power, you look at the sky and you see the clouds are moving, the clouds. Bridget, tell me, how is the cloud moving, Bridget? What is making the cloud move?
By the wind.
Who causes the wind?
The movement Earth.
Correct. Who makes the earth move?
The galaxy and I don't know. I'm not.
I like your answer. Your answer is good, right? But Bridget, what we need to do, the reason what you're saying, how do you find God? You cannot find God. You have to realize God. How do you realize God? When you open your real eyes. Okay, what am I wearing, Bridget? What am I wearing now? You know, can you see what I'm wearing?
Yeah.
What?
C'est un chandail. It's a chandail.
What do you call it? T-shirt.
All right, un t-shirt, un chandail.
What do you call it in French? Pullover or what do you call it?
No, we can say cover or chandail, t-shirt.
So what you see is only the outside. You don't see the thread. Actually, it is made up of small threads. It's all thread. Can you see the threads? Is thread there or no thread there?
No.
How this is made of what? What is this made up of?
I don't know.
Of
Probably,
thread, right?
Yeah.
Of thread. You take the thread and you stitch the threads. But we human beings, we don't see the thread. We only see the outside, the shirt. We don't see what is made of it. What is made of. So also you see behind me, for example, you see this. You see these beautiful flowers. We see these beautiful flowers, but we don't see the God in the flowers. You have to learn to look deeper. Look deeper. When you have a beautiful flower in front of you, don't look at the flower. Look deeper. Look inside the flower and try to experience God. Inside everything beautiful, there is God. If you're eating a good fruit, don't just look at the fruit. Look inside the fruit and try to find God in everything that is created by God.
Fractal number is the key. Fractal number. The repeat of the same number and the same, I don't know how to say in English, but it's again and again the same
Mantra, the words.
Yes.
Like Hari Om, or Alleluia, Alleluia, like that you're saying.
When we look at a broccoli, we see it's always the same pattern inside the broccoli. It's always the same design inside.
Yeah.
You understand what I say?
Yeah.
And it's God is repeat the same pattern for everything, in fact. because
you can think, yes, you can think like that. But Bridget, God is in everything. Just now, Kumar Swami spoke to me just now. Remember just now when Kumar Swami was speaking the first question, he was talking about the singing of a bird. The singing of the bird, where did it come from? Where did the bird learn to sing? Where is the beautiful voice coming to our ear? Even the ear is hearing is God's grace. Everything is God. So you have to keep on. Don't stop, Bridget. That's why you're coming every day. I know you're on this call every day. Every day you are coming. That is the way. One day, the way to find God, Bridget, is like this. When you realize God is inside, when you get that, that's the first step. So today you learn only this first step. You just forget everything else. You learn this one step. My heart, your heart is beating or no? Tuck, your heart is beating or no? How is that heart beating?
Yes.
What is that heartbeat? That is God power. God is inside you, beating the heart in the heart. Tuck. When God goes, there is no heartbeat. You're dead. When you realize God is inside you, then you will feel God everywhere. You will find God. So take that answer from me for today.
D'accord. Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you, Bridget. Krishna Sharma.
Shubham, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, sir, this is nothing but an extension of Mr. Kumar Swami's and Bridget's question only.
Yes.
God is everywhere and in everything.
Correct.
But why we are not in God?
Why we are not in God?
Yeah, because our mind is not about God, always going out only. Other than God only it is thinking.
Good question. So why we
are not able to think about God at all?
Very beautiful. One of today's best question now you have asked. Very good question. Kumar Krishna Sharma, it's like this. God made this samsara. God made this world, beautiful world.
Yes.
And God has hidden himself. God has hidden himself in everything. And God is the test for us. The test for us is to look beyond the outer look. What is, suppose we see one very tasty grapes. We are eating grapes or pineapple, whatever fruit you like. We are so lost in that taste, strawberry. We are eating, but we are not finding the God inside that because we are lost in the body and mind and ego. We are lost in this samsara. And that is the game God is playing. This is the game of God. Krishna Sharma is saying, my son, my daughter, my house, my this, my that. No, nothing is yours. No, Krishna Sharma, you know very well. I'm asking one question to you, Krishna Sharma. You know very well, when you go, you will take anything with you or you will leave everything behind? Will you take anything with you?
Leave everything behind.
Even your shirt?
I cannot take it. No.
So,
yeah, no.
I'm asking a reverse question to you, Krishna Sharma. Such a simple matter that nothing belongs to us. Why we cannot understand? You answer my question.
No, we are not trusting the God or what?
Huh? No, we are caught
we
in
are
Maya.
not believing that God is inside
no,
or
we
what?
Are caught, no, we are caught in Maya.
Maya.
We are caught in this illusion.
Yeah.
This is Maya.
But how to break it, sir? How to break it? How to break it?
By enlightenment. That is why every day we are coming to Krishna Sharma.
Yes.
No, no, don't laugh. Really, see, I'm asking one question. Okay, let's forget about this now. Every day, let us meet and we will have crack jokes every day. Should we change?
No. I want a simple solution.
We will change
this.
Concrete
and simple.
So instead of ask air every day 8 o'clock, we will change it to crack jokes. Should we do crack jokes every day 8 o'clock? Should we crack jokes?
No, it is not the joke, sir.
No. I'm saying why we,
no.
Mr. Sharma,
I want a concrete solution.
Okay, so the solution is this. The solution is self-realization. And self-realization becomes God-realization. So that is what for Kumar Swami and Bridget, what you said is a continuation. First, we must realize what, Krishna Sharma?
Yes,
First,
sir.
we must realize neti, neti. First step. Bridget, please note, you're reading the book. Neti, neti. I am not the body. I am not the mind. Kumar Swami, note. This is the method. When we are realize this fact, neti, neti, then we realize tattvam asi. Tattvam asi. Thou art that. You are not this. You are that. It is so easy. If you contemplate on your birth, you will come to know who you are, what you were before the baby was born, what will happen when the body dies. Is it difficult to understand what happened when the body dies? They will say, Krishna Sharma gone. Where Krishna Sharma gone? They will burn the body of Krishna Sharma. They will burn the body. Your own family will burn the body. You are not the body. We cannot understand this, Krishna Sharma. Why it is so difficult to understand? If it was Krishna Sharma, will they burn? Will anybody burn the body? No, because you have left the body and gone. Correct. Who has left the body? Krishna Sharma, you tell me who has left the body? That is the answer, Krishna Sharma. We have to contemplate. We have to contemplate. You were there at the beginning of the session. We spoke again and again and again and again and again. We have to keep on asking the question. One day, how for me it happened. After so many years, one day suddenly, wow, I got the answer. I can see everything. I can realize what the truth is. And I make that my mission to help everybody to realize the truth. So, please continue, Krishna Sharma. Don't lose hope.
Thank
Continue
you, sir.
and keep asking the question. Keep on
Thank-
asking the question.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question. Sanjay Das.
Guruji, how are you?
Shivoham, with your blessings, everything is good.
Very good, sir. Guruji, actually, I wanted to know how you remain so divine and what is your schedule for the day as we get up and do all this, but you must be having some dinacharya, what you call. So how we remain calm and also divine? That's what I wanted to know. So as you are taking us, we can follow it in your path.
Just like you, I have many monkeys around me. Today only I was telling so many monkeys around me. There are many monkeys, so this is not only monkey in the head. There are also monkeys outside the head who will come and play tabla like this. They will come and play tabla on your head. So Sanjay, what is the way to do it is when you realize that everything is a drama. When you see what happens, we all lose our peace of mind. It's so easy, right? I'll just tell you. Suppose you tell somebody, take this mango. You please take this mango and cut it into long pieces and put salt and red chili and give me nicely. And by the time you go and come back, they have taken the mango and they've cut it and they made pickle and they kept. You are so now you are so angry because actually you wanted to eat the mango in a particular manner, but they misunderstood and they made some other pickle and they kept along with some aloo and potato, whatever they did. Now what to do, Sanjay? You tell me, Sanjay, what do we do, Sanjay Das? Already this is over. What to do? So therefore, that is the reason self-realization means that you become very calm. Because you cannot do, Sanjay Das, what can you do? Can you do anything about it?
No.
So to be
Absolutely.
calm, learn to laugh at everything. Learn to laugh. So whenever something goes wrong, instead of crying, because either you have to cry or you have to laugh.
Right.
What is better to do? Tell me.
Laugh.
Because if you cry, you will become unhappy.
Right.
Then that divine aura, everything. You think in my life things don't go wrong. If 5 minutes something doesn't go wrong, means it's a big achievement. In my life today, minimum 25 things have gone wrong. Minimum. So tell me, what do we do?
That is the only solution which you gave now.
So learn to laugh. Because so many people will, you know the story, right? That man told his servant, see, my friend is coming. He's a Sethji. He is a Sethji. He is coming. When he comes, please take out all the fruits from the fridge, nicely cut it, and give my Sethji nicely food. Correct? And he told this fellow's name is Ramu, the servant. So Ramu, when that Dhobiwala comes, no, when that Dhobiwala comes, you catch that bloody Dhobiwala and you beat him nicely, because he has torn all my shirts. You catch that Dhobiwala nicely and you beat him. Ramu said, no problem, sir, I will do it. As soon as the Dhobiwala came, he cut all the fruits and he made the Dhobiwala eat all the fruits and gave all the fruits to Dhobiwala. And when the Sethji came, what he did? He took the hockey stick and he beat the Sethji. Nicely he beat.
Very good, very good. And you write such beautiful books, you know, where the words come from, I don't know. Such highly intellect you are. For
मैं
writing such
क्या
books,
हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब
hats off
कुछ
to you.
तुम ही हो प्रभु.
All your books are awesome.
All he does. We don't do anything. When you realize that we are nothing, he is everything, then even the stories I tell you, I don't tell the stories. He only tells the stories.
Yeah, you told
I
me.
am only a speaker. I am only speaking. The words are coming from somebody
You all
else.
are blessed. Thank you, Guruji. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. So learn to laugh. Anything
Yes.
goes wrong, please learn to laugh and remember my face and just laugh. That's all. And tell yourself, I don't want to cry with all these nonsense people. There will be 100, even after the Zoom call, be ready. Somebody will be waiting to pull your hair. Somebody will be waiting.
And let me tell you, Guruji, you resemble Dada T.L. Vaspani. Pune, I know, really, that statue, when you go to St. Mira school, you see that, you make me remember all the time. All my childhood has gone that side. Thank you. Thank you, Guru.
Last question. Thank you, Sajay. Huh? Rekha, last question. Rekha, please. Typed?
Yeah.
Can you give me? Okay, Rekha's question is typed. I have a question. I'll type. Can a person who is hungry get enlightenment? Because when a person is hungry, how can he think of God? Only a hungry person can think of God. Because when you're hungry, you should think only of God and nothing else. So the point is this, Rekha, to take your question seriously, hungry or not hungry, it doesn't matter. If you're hungry, you can think of God just as if you have got all the money in the world. Some people will think, can a rich man think of God? How can a rich man think of God? Because the rich man is only thinking of money. Can a sick man think of God? How sick man will think of God? He is sick. How can a hungry man think of God? He will only be thinking of hunger. Rekha, one who wants God will think of God and seek God, and nothing can stop that person. Nothing can stop that person. So do not imagine that a hungry person cannot think of God. A hungry person doesn't even think about hunger. The person who wants God, nothing matters. His hunger doesn't matter. So let us realize that hungry or non-hungry doesn't matter. I have one more question from Neetu. So we have come, we'll just take this question before we close. We have come empty-handed and we will go empty-handed. So what is one purpose to come to this samsara and get this life? What is God's purpose to send us to this life? The purpose of coming to this life is not to come back to this life. The purpose of coming to this world is not to come back to this world, because if you come back to this world, you will suffer. And this is called nirvana. This is called moksha. And this is called enlightenment. And our goal every day, we have to ask questions till we reach that state where we are liberated. There is mukti and there is moksha. My dear friends, don't leave this. Even if I am dead tomorrow, you don't leave enlightenment. If I am not there, if I am not even on the Zoom call, you don't leave enlightenment. Your goal, including Neetu, your goal, all of you, should be enlightenment. Whether I am there or I am not there, you should continue to pursue this one goal of life. Nirvana, mukti, moksha, enlightenment, becoming one with God. The purpose is that, Neetu. The purpose, God has sent us to this world to escape from this samsara, to escape from this maya. Mohamaya, as they say, to escape from the attachments. We are all attached to people, to possessions, and we should escape and we should become one with God. I thank you. Shivoham.